And what else needs to be done in terms of damage control? Joining us tonight is Tiber Leland. She's brand expert who runs her own company, the Sterling Marketing Group. Karen, thanks for joining us tonight.
My pleasure.
You know, the problem they have is that social media works so quickly. The video goes viral before they have a chance to even respond to it, and most people will just see the video and not hear the response, right?
Absolutely. And the truth is that we now live in a world where one of the trifecta of issues that people like the dairy industry have to deal with is this rapid social media where everything just goes instantly across. And I think it's one of the things the dairy industry hasn't really taken into account in terms of their branding.
So what do they need to do? You say there are several things, three in particular, that they could do that might turn this around.
Well, I think one of the things they need to do is they need to consider that we're living in a different world. You know, a recent study showed that 60% of consumers are more concerned about animal welfare now than in the last few years. So I think they need to keep up to date with what's actually happening with their consumer base. Another survey showed that 9 out of 10 millennials will change to another brand product if they believe more in the cause that that particular product is supporting. So I feel like one of the things they have to do is they have to get up to speed with how their consumers are now considering their product and their company now. And I don't think the dairy industry is up to speed with that right now. That's one of the things that they need to do.
And we've talked about the changing consumer taste, going to non-dairy drinks as well.
Nut milks.
How well do you think they've responded to that?
I think they've responded to that really poorly. You know, last year, just in New York City alone, I remember we were out of oat milk in all of the grocery stores, and there was this huge uprising because there was no oat milk. And I think the dairy industry has really failed to realize that a huge percentage of their market sees an alternative now, and they just haven't addressed that. You know, if you think about it, milk's very iconic, right, in America. You think about pie with a glass of milk, you think about a hot glass of milk when you go to bed at night. But the reality is that there's a whole bunch of alternatives that didn't exist 5 or 10 years ago, and I don't think the dairy industry's paid attention to that.
All right, Tiber Leland with the Sterling Marketing Group, thanks again for joining us tonight.
My pleasure.